Hi, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the 2024 Manhattan Adult Services Meet and Greet event. This is sponsored by the Manhattan DD Council Transition Committee. Today, we're going to be hearing from a variety of organizations offering programs and services for adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities living in Manhattan. Those services include day habilitation programs, employment services, community habilitation, respite, community classes, and more. Many of the programs we're going to be hearing about today are part of the New York State Office for People with Developmental Disabilities, or OPWDD. To qualify for those services, a person has to be eligible for OPWDD services and have a care manager. At the halfway point of this meeting, we're going to be hearing from our local care coordination organizations, or CCOs, which can assist families with establishing OPWDD eligibility and getting a care manager. We have many different organizations presenting today and a short window of time for each presentation, so we'll be sticking very closely to the schedule you see on your screen right now. Because of those time constraints, we won't necessarily be having time for questions, but if you're interested in connecting with any of the organizations, their contact info will be on the screen and also in the chat box throughout the event. And lastly, following today's meeting, a recording is going to be available on the Manhattan DD Council YouTube channel. You can type your email into the chat and we'll add you to our committee's email list so you'll hear about future meetings. And meeting notifications and more resources are available on our website, manhattanddcouncil.org, and that's also in the chat box. Without further ado, introducing our first presenter, which is ADAPT Community Network.
Hi, good morning. My name is Kate Gottlieb. I am the Project Connect Coordinator at ADAPT Community Network. We don't have a lot of time, so I'm not sure that I'm going to share a screen this morning. So I'll tell you a little bit about ADAPT. ADAPT was formerly United Cerebral Palsy of New York City. So we've been around for over 75 years, and we have a lot of different programs. We have day programs in every borough except for Queens, so that's day habilitation. So once your individual graduates from school, they can come to one of our programs and participate in wonderful community participation outings, site-based locations. And all of our sites, because of the population we do tend to serve, which has more wheelchair users than a lot of other programs, they are all fully accessible. We also have residential programs in most of the boroughs as well, and that ranges from ICF, which is the highest level of need care, to individual residential alternatives, which are group homes and supported apartments. We also have a wonderful family support program. And for those programs, you'll hear more later. And as you learn this journey, you do not need to be waiver enrolled. We have in our family support programs, we have community habilitation, which is one-on-one with the individual that you are your family member. So that is working on skills that they need to work on to improve their independence. And then we also have, unique to ADAPT, we have our Doorways to Independence program, which is a home modifications program. So if you do have somebody, even if you're not enrolled yet, we have two different funding streams. We're able to assist with home modifications. And unique to ADAPT and one other agency on here, Synergia, is our Housing Assistance Services program. So if you're facing any housing issues with finding accessible, affordable apartments, you're having landlord-tenant issues, we can assist you with that as well. So we also have a very large children's program for preschool age, if you do have anybody that you know that's younger, and then we have one school age program. We have two clinics, healthcare clinics, one in the Bronx and one in Brooklyn. That is for ages 18 and up. So we can do evals there to help you get into one of our programs should you need to, if you are looking at one of our day programs. And then it's full comprehensive services. So if your child is no longer eligible for their primary care, their pediatrician, then they can start coming to our clinic for primary care services, which includes GYN, women's health care, and dental as well. So if you are looking for services throughout the city, if you just need some guidance, because we also provide guidance through the Project Connect line to link you up with whatever you should need. If ADAPT is not the right fit, but you're having questions about OPWDD eligibility, we're always happy to help. And you can reach Project Connect at 877-827-2666. And you can also email projectconnect@adaptcommunitynetwork.org and go to our website, adaptcommunitynetwork.org. And there's also, you can see all of our programs on our website, and you can also submit an inquiry to Project Connect should you have any questions about any of our services. Thank you. Betsy has a question.
Hi, quick question. Do you provide any, as part of your respite, do you provide any getaway trips?
No, so we have an overnight respite program that's in the Bronx, and it is available for all boroughs. We provide transportation from all boroughs except the Bronx. So if you live in the Bronx, then you have to get there on your own, but it is a away from home overnight respite program. But if you reach out to me, I know of a few that do some away trips.
Hi,
Okay.
good morning.
Hi, good
Good
morning.
morning, Ms. Gottlieb. Do you have, or do you provide transportation with your DayHab program?
We do. We are finally getting our transportation back after the long delays with COVID. So we are providing transportation once again. We're very excited about that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
A minute. I was wondering, Ms. Gottlieb, about the type of housing options that you help individuals find. Do you have like a variety, like group residence, sharing homes, apartments? If you could just discuss that for a minute. Thank you.
Sure. So as I said, we have 3 different options within OPWDD, which is, well, we have a little bit more than that. So we have group homes, which it can be 4 to 8, maybe even 10, depending on the residence, which is 24-hour care. And then we have the ICF, which is an intermediate care facility, which is your highest level of care. So those are for individuals who have high medical needs and need nursing support on staff there 24 hours. And then we have supportive apartments, and that is less support. That could be maybe 4, 6, 8 hours, just depends on that level of the individual support that they need. And then we also run the housing subsidy grant that is independent apartments. That's a grant from OPWDD. So if somebody wants to live independently or with a roommate, they would get a grant from OPWDD, and we help them with all the paperwork and oversight, but there's not staffing associated with that program particularly.
I have another question.
Sure.
I'd like to piggyback off of what the young lady just said. So as far as your group homes are concerned, does this mean that each client gets their own room, or are they put in semi-private rooms?
It really depends on any, with our residents or other agencies' residences, it really just depends on the size of the group home. Sometimes, I would say more often than not, they might have a shared room, maybe just one other person. Sometimes if it's a larger home, sometimes there's entire big homes. I know that an agency I used to work with had a very large home out below Prospect Park in Brooklyn. And some of them had their own room. So it just depends on the individual. And I will just throw out there, since we have a little time, Andrew, if you are interested in residential, agencies do not take wait lists for residential anymore. It all goes through OPWDD, and they create the wait lists. So that's just an important thing to know. So while we do, every agency has, or whichever agencies have residential, it all goes through OPWDD first to get them in a hierarchy of placement based on highest need.
Do you have group homes in Manhattan?
You know what? I have to double check where exactly ours are. We do have smaller ones, I think. Yes. Let me do some double checking on where all of our locations are currently.
Is AHRC ready to start?
So hello, my name is Makai Frazier. I work with AHRC. I'm pretty much here to talk about my adult day service programs. So we wanted to have people who haven't been placed yet, and all are leaving high school and are trying to figure out places to go. Our adult day service programs are located all throughout Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, and Queens. And we're just kind of looking to see if there are people who are interested in just working on different goals that will help them with their independence. So we're trying to see if there are anybody that is interested. That's pretty much it. I'll keep it very brief. If there's anybody that's interested, I can also put my information in the chat, and feel free to email me or call me. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. And AHRC's general information is also in the chat box now. We have
Yes.
next on our agenda is Braverhood. Braverhood's representative unfortunately had something happen last minute and can't be here. What we're going to do is briefly present their slides on the screen, and then we'll have a little bit of time for general question and answer for all the group. And about 1 minute just showing the slides. And the contact information you see here, we'll paste that into the chat box in a moment. So we are a little bit ahead of schedule still. If the Center for Family Support is ready to start, great. If not, we can do some general Q&A.
Hi, everybody. My name is Natasha Salazar. I'm here with the Center for Family Support. So the service right now that I'm here for is non-MSC in the Manhattan area, preferably. However, we do also cover Queens and Long Island. For Long Island right now, there's a wait list. Manhattan, we have plenty of vacancies. So non-MSC, I would be assisting families with obtaining eligibility. If they are school aged, then I would assist with making referrals for anything in the FSS grant book. If they are interested in waiver services or Medicaid, once they're deemed eligible, then they're going to be referred out to the CCO, which I would help with that process and work with the CCO until they're enrolled. Once they're enrolled, then they're disenrolled from FSS. Like I said, right now we have a lot of vacancies in the Manhattan area. So the family does need to live in Manhattan. And then we would be able to help with eligibility and any other services. I also have a colleague with community services. Her name is Danielle Powers, and she'll talk a little bit about her program.
Thanks, Natasha. Hi, everybody. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you guys for having me. So I'm one of the senior supervisors for community services over at CFS. The three programs that I'd like to discuss a little bit are our home and community-based support services, HCBS. So these are waivered services. So once you have Medicaid and once you have, you're working with a CCO. The first one is community habilitation. This service can be provided in a person's home and in their community. It's a goal-oriented service. So we do follow a personalized goal plan. Some of the things that we can work on are travel training, life skills, academics, some soft job skills, communication, and socialization goals. Just to name some things, we could be very, very creative, recreation, a lot of wonderful things. This is a child service as well as an adult service. The next, I just want to make sure I get everything in here. All of these services that I'm talking about right now, the three are Community Hab, Day Hab Without Walls, and SEMP, supported employment. We all have a ratio of a 1-to-1 staff, one staff per one service individual. Day Hab Without Walls is the next service I'm going to talk about. We do have meetups with staff. However, like I said, it is a 1-to-1 service. This one is a community-based service. So the staff either meets the individual at their home and they go out, or they might meet up in the community if that's something that's applicable. Our Day Hab Without Walls, we have no site-based Day Hab, so that's something important to note. And then also a Day Hab Without Walls, it's a weekday service. So whereas community habilitation is a service that you might want if you want some weekend support. When I say academic support, I'm talking about, I'm sorry, I see Betsy, I see the question there. I'm talking about like soft support. So it wouldn't be a certified teacher working with the individual. However, if someone has a goal of say sight words, something along the lines, and again, it's very vast. It really is a detailed goal plan as per the individual. So again, when I say academic, it's definitely not academic in the sense of any kind of a certified teaching setting at all. Next is supported employment. This is, again, like I said, another adult service. Typically, individuals start with Access VR for employment education, and then they'll get a referral to transition into our SEMP program. That's pretty much, and then you would work with 1-to-1 with a job coach, and again, follow a tailored. My screen is asking me to confirm that I'm not speaking Japanese. I'm sorry. It's distracting me. I apologize. So anyway, so I'm going to put my information in the box. You can go to cfsny.org, click on supports and services to read more about anything that we just talked about. There also is an inquiry form as well as a referral form on our page. Thank you so much, everyone.
Okay, so I'm Claudia Vidal from Esperanza Center. I'm the Organizational Developmental Specialist over there. So today I will just give you a short overview of what we do. We're located in the Washington Heights area. We've been around for over 50 years, so it's been a long time. We service mostly individuals that live in Manhattan and the Bronx. Our mission statement is basically, in simple words, to embrace the abilities of the individuals we serve. We don't focus on labels. We're more interested in learning what they do well and embracing those skills so that they can go out into the world and do great things. I want to share this quote where it says, "We didn't realize we were making memories. We just knew we were having fun." And that's really what describes Esperanza in a nutshell. Every day is like a party. I'm not even joking. Like you walk in there at 1 o'clock and people are just in the hallway. There's music going on. There's always some type of festivity, celebrations. We're big on it. We're big on just making it fun, not making it hard. And I think that helps the staff feel connected to the individuals, and it also helps the individuals feel more connected and feel as if they're part of a family. Here are just some pictures of some of the things that we do. Holidays are big. Just regular days are big over there. More photos here. There's always dinners, trips, Kalahari resorts, all types of celebrations. Okay, so just to summarize some of the programs we offer: day habilitation services, community habilitation respite, recreation services, residential services, and one of the, I would say, most unique programs that we offer is Getaway. I think someone asked about it. So we do have a Getaway weekend program where the individuals go with trained staff for a weekend. We go different locations, not just New York State. We can go to New Jersey, PA. It's super fun. And it's, I think it's kind of like a step before you actually send your individuals to overnight respite or something like that, because I know sometimes parents can get a little scared about that. And this is kind of like a way to graduate there. So we offer that. We now have also a spin of that, which is the day getaway. So we are also doing it like just a day from 8 to 5, where it can also help some of those parents that are not too sure and they can return by 5. For the day habilitation services, we do everything from community integration to gardening to cooking, socialization. One thing we've been focusing more on now is developing some of the vocational skills so that we can prepare individuals for work. And we do offer those opportunities on site as well. Like if we see that they are ready, sometimes we can have them just work directly on our site in the reception area or doing different things, assisting the different departments. And community and respite, it's really just, matching with trained staff. They go to the community. They also work at home to offer parents much needed relief. And the Wednesday recreational program is a pretty good one too. That's Wednesday. We also have a Saturday one for adults where they can go and they can do a lot of activities and socialization. And so those are some of our main programs. I won't speak about the other ones. That's basically in a nutshell. I hope to, in next month, I know that Harry usually does a larger presentation where we can talk one-on-one and I can have the coordinators come in and answer any of your questions.
Next up, we have Gateway Counseling Center. Are you ready to start?
Hi, everyone. My name is Mary Tejada. I am the Director of Intake here at Gateway Counseling Center. All right, so we are Gateway Counseling Center. Just so you have an idea of our locations, we have a Bronx location that covers Manhattan, Bronx, and Westchester. We have a Queens location and a Brooklyn location located in Dumbo. Okay, just so you have an idea, our day have hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 3:15, and then we have a supplemental program that's Monday to Friday, 3:30 to 6:30, Saturdays and Sundays, 9 to 3. We include meals, transportation, and trip fees. We're going to jump right into it. We have group day habilitation, both site-based and without walls. As we already know what day have is from what we've been seeing already, but just so you have an idea of some groups and activities, we have adult education, which is a continuation of school, mathematics, reading, writing, money management, things of that nature, arts and crafts, so that they have free expression, art history, art techniques, craft projects. We have literacy, where they'll work on literary expression, composing, comprehending. We have wellness activities, which, health and nutrition, movement and activity, mind, body, and wellness. And the list goes on. So, we have field trips, community inclusion, computer groups, anger management, things like that. Okay. As I mentioned, we have both site-based and without walls. Site-based taking place mainly indoors, similar to a school setting. And then without walls incorporates volunteer opportunities, and it takes place in the community. And we include transportation, breakfast, lunch, and snack throughout the day. Okay, these are just some photos of activities going on, Comic-Con, arts and crafts, they get their nails done in our domestic skills, in our wellness activities. We take advantage of the weather when it is nice out. So that's definitely something to take into account. Our next program is our supplemental group day program. It is similar to an after-school program. It's a recreational service. It is evenings and weekends. It is, again, for them to socialize, kind of get them out of the house and doing a little bit more. We do provide transportation for that as well. And we provide dinner throughout the week and then breakfast and lunch during the weekends. It is a standalone service. So for those who already attend the day hab program or are interested in another day hab program, they can always attend our supplemental program. We'd always pick them up from their day hab program and bring them to us. And then again, just so you have some ideas of the activities, field trips, especially during the weekend, since they have the entire day. We have a basketball team, a dance team, a DJ group, photography group, things of that nature. They go to Playland, they'll go bowling, they go to the movies, they'll go out to eat. So that's always a fun for them to socialize with their friends. And just some more photos. Our dance team actually performed for America's Got Talent, or it was a pretty cool experience for them. Okay, our next program is community habilitation, which I'm sure a lot of you are very familiar with. It is a one-to-one service that takes place in the home and in the community. There are no specific hours. It's very flexible to the individual's schedule and their needs. Meals are not provided. because it is an in-home service, but we do provide rental card fare for when they go further out into the community. And just so you have an idea of some examples of goals for ComHab, whether that's laundry, learning how to cook, cleaning, money management, resume building, community inclusion. So having those recreational trips to go on. It's it's a more of a focus because it is a one-to-one service. Then we have advanced family support. It is a short-term 3 to 6 month service providing in-home family counseling and education to increase understanding of disabilities, problem behaviors, and problem-solving techniques. Just so you have an idea, it's, crisis prevention and intervention with on-call support. It is for Bronx residents only, and it's for those that are above the age of 5. And, they're in-home visits for them. And then we also have family reimbursement that is also just for Bronx residences. It's exactly what it is. If you've purchased, any activities out of pocket, whether that be camp tuition or a swim class, legal fees for anything, sensory items, anything that benefits the individual's diagnosis or disability, can probably be reimbursed.
Wow.
1 minute.
And then we also have transportation. We have non-emergency medical transportation. If your child has a medical appointment, an evaluation that's scheduled, we always can provide that transportation. It's our sister company, but it's very similar to Access-a-Ride, I would say. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The next steps is having your care manager contact us, place a referral on your behalf. We set up an intake, a tour, a 1-week trial, and then after the trial, if you choose to move forward, then we would request all the necessary documents for enrollment. And here is our contact information. Our website is right here, gccnyc.org. You can set up a tour there. You can set up, you can place a referral on there. Whatever you wish, however you wish to move forward there, or you can email the intake email. We do have an open house scheduled for March 5th and May 14th. If I can actually share that so that you can see it. It's not going to let me, got it. I'll attach the flyer on here, but we do have an open house on March 5th and May 14th. You guys can come by. We'll have a light breakfast, a tour, and you guys can see the activities that are going on for yourself.
Do you think you could talk a little bit more about the music program? Anything like with, instruments or a band or something like that?
So it's not a program specifically. It's more activities that take place within the program. So they'll have a music and dance. Every Friday is a party. They have DJing for those who want to. A lot of the times it's individuals who have a specific goal in mind or something they want to specifically do and kind of bring it to program, and then it becomes a group. But it's not a specific music program. It's just more so an activity that takes place.
Okay. I was just curious if programs could, my son uses a wheelchair, but is by no means limited to he goes to a wheelchair accessible school with typically developing kids. And I guess I'd love it if various programs could reference the extent to which they have experience or have accessibility with wheelchair users.
Yes, so we do have some individuals who are wheelchair bound. Our building and our vehicles are wheelchair accessible.
Great.
The only thing is that we don't do hand-to-hand for toileting. So those who are wheelchair bound that are in our program, they do the transfer on their own, or we at least help with the transfer. Excuse me, we help with the transfer and they complete their toileting tasks on their own. My apologies.
Right.
But yes, we do have wheelchair individuals.
Thanks. Thank you. I have a question. Do you guys only in the Bronx, or there are different locations as well?
We have a location in the Bronx that covers Manhattan, Bronx, and Westchester, and we also have a Queens location and Brooklyn location.
You do have a Brooklyn location, correct? Just to confirm.
Yes, it's in the Dumbo area.
Oh, okay, thank you, perfect.
And it's just without walls. I didn't specify that, but we only
Oh,
have
okay.
without walls in Brooklyn. Not
Okay,
site-based.
thank you. Mhm.
And next up, we have General Human Outreach, GHO.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Pat Liu, Family Support Coordinator from GHO. February marks a very important month of year 2024. It's Black History Month when we celebrate the gifts and that African Americans contribute to the world. It's also Lunar New Year when many people, like Chinese, myself, and my colleague, Korean, Sujin, and Tibetans, Singaporean, Thai, and Vietnamese heritage, they celebrate the coming of the spring and the start of the new year. It's also the month that public school will have their midwinter recess next week. So have a great wonderful weekend, winter vacation, and come visit GHO. So most excitingly, today is Valentine's Day, the day we all want to get more knowledge about the day service for loved ones who are entering their adulthood, or they are aging out, transitioning out from the school. So let's get started to learn about GHO's adult services. So GHO has 6 adult services. But before I present each service, I would like to share 3 highlights of the adult service. Number 1, it's a service are in a person-centered environment. That means it's based on individuals, their needs and their goal, the dream they wish to accomplish. So they can pick the service that will both meet their need. Of course, that has to be approved by the OPWDD. And number 2, our service has a resourceful, knowledgeable intake team to provide informed choices. So since every individual situation is different, it can be a family situation, a preference, and then a dream and goal may be very unique. Sometimes it can be difficult and challenging to find an appropriate day program for them or day service. But however, we do have a resourceful, knowledgeable intake team, can work with closely with your care manager, with yourself and the individual, and then we hopefully to come out a perfect, appropriate program for your loved ones. Finally, number 3, it's GHO serves everyone. For the past 30 years, we do focus on the population that are underserved because of the language. We make a lot of effort to recruit bilingual staff. They speak Chinese or Korean, American Sign Language to work with this underserved population. So these are the 3 highlights of GHO's 6 day service. So next, I would like to start with a day hab, site-based day hab. That I present this service first doesn't mean that individual has to start with day hab or site-based day hab. It's just that every day program has every day service has different outcome, different goal. They are working on it. So I want you to focus on to pay attention to those highlights. So currently, GHO's day hab has 2 sites. One is in Long Island City. The other one is Sunset Park, Brooklyn. The program provides volunteer opportunity and recreational activities. The program is to promote independent living. We will provide transportation. It also depends on the location. If it's too far, we will work out something else. And lunch can be provided if needed. So now let me show you, have a glimpse of our day habs, our daily schedule. So you will see Monday to Friday, basically they are very important. They break into a small group and they have a community inclusion and other recreational activity and other activities work on their goals. So next I would like to present our day hab without wall. It's a community-based training for develop job readiness skills. It has also recreational activity involved, and it can be done in flexible hours. Individual can participate in a part-time or full-time basis. Next, it's community-based pre-vote. this service provide in the individual's community, and service will be focused on skill needed for employment. And it can also be done in a flexible hours, so individual can combine with maybe daycare without wall and community-based pre-work together to fill up their weekly schedule. So next is pathway to employment. It's a comprehensive employment planning and assessment. It's also a discovery and customized employment. It's to achieving competitive or self-employment. So the employment the goal is to get into at or about minimum wage. Next is ETP, Employment Training Program. It's for job seekers. Individual will participate in a paid internship, and it's leading to a long-term employment. SAM, Supported Employment Service. It's also for job seekers. It's to prepare for and to obtain competitive work. Service will include job coaching and travel training. So now it's time for me to introduce our GHO's adult service team. We have Camille Brown for site-based daycare, Carrie Pierce for our daycare without wall, and Sade Domes for our employment program. They all have many years of working with individuals with IDD, and they are open for your visit. So if you have any question or would like to learn further details of their program, please feel free to email to them and call them. Now, talking about knowledgeable and resourceful. Having someone who is knowledgeable and resourceful about OPWDD service and enrollment process is crucial to lead to a successful transition for your loved ones. GHO's Intake team is here for you to answer your question and to provide any other support that will assist you having a smooth transition. So please feel free to reach out to our friendly and bilingual speaking intake team. Now, today, if you are new to OPWDD and interested in apply for OPWDD service, GHO's Family Support Service is here to help. The service does not require Medicaid and referral and can assist with your OPWDD eligibility application and provide information and referral for evaluation. And a non-Medicaid case manager can assist you with your public benefit and entitlements application or getting family reimbursement for the financial need. And eventually is help you to secure a long-term care manager from a CCO. So finally, thank you for spending time with us at this meet and greet event. Please share our love with your loved ones. We hope GHO can serve them in any way through GHO's other available service such as Compact, Respite, IRAS, and so we can on their any way we can on their journey of pursuing their dream. So now goodbye and have a happy Valentine's Day.
Next up, we have Goodwill, New York, New Jersey.
Okay. Hi, good morning. I'm Lindsay from Goodwill. I'm the Outreach and Marketing Specialist. A little bit about Goodwill. We were founded in Brooklyn more than 103 years ago, and our mission is to empower people with disabilities and other barriers to employment by gaining independence through the power of work. Goodwill's philosophy is that everyone has the right to explore independence and employment. Our job is to support people in achieving goals that are both meaningful to them and result in the person living their most independent and fulfilling life. We also strive to make sure that all things done are person-centered to the people that we support. Here at Goodwill, we have Daycare Without Walls, Respite, and our advanced services located in Queens, downtown Brooklyn, and finally our East Harlem location. Our Harlem Possibilities supports people in increasing social and communication skills, developing their independence. And for those who are interested in employment, we also have our employment track, which focuses on teaching job expectations, workplace safety, and prepares for job interviews while working on soft skills such as professional communication and appropriate workplace behaviors. We also do, once the participant is employed, we also have our SEMP program, which will do job coaching to continue the support. We currently have a partnership with CVS, which allows our participants interested in working to go to a mock CVS store in Manhattan to do a 16-week hands-on training. The CVS cohort just finished up in our Brooklyn location, and it actually had 2 people get hired for jobs at CVS's located close to them. We also have our advanced program. This is for people who currently do not have OPWDD services, and it's for people with autism. And it's a 1-year time-limited program that uses the Mark Gold and Associate Discovery to assess strengths, skills, and support needs. The enrollees participate in weekly work readiness groups, internships, and other vocational activities. So like I said, this is a 1-year time-limited program. So at the end of it, we do assist in enrolling in OPWDD services if they do need like additional job coaching to continue services. This is a little bit of the timeline since it is that 1-year program. So 1 to 3 is the discovery, 4 to 7 is job development, that 8 to 10 months is job coaching, and then 10 to 12 months is transitioning, probably getting those OPWDD services and continuing that job coaching. Finally, we have our Saturday respite program. This is our recreational fun program. No real goals on getting employment or anything like that. We go to, museums, they do a lot of artwork, anything that the participants want to do, we will do. We do offer door-to-door transportation for that, and it's from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturdays. A little bit about our enrollment process. We do in-person tours. After the tours, we do a 10-day trial. That will be so the participant can come in, actually participate in the volunteer sites, go out in the community, and make sure it's something that they actually want to do. After that, we'll do a PCP meeting to learn about the goals and what they actually want to pursue out of the program, and then we'll enroll them. These are the different people for the programs. Any DAHAB, you can reach out to me. Joy Ellis, she runs our respite program. And then finally, Jason Ramirez is the supervisor of that advanced program. And we do have a little Instagram where I try to keep everybody up to date on everything that Goodwill is doing and the fun that we have. And that is all for us. Thank you.
Lindsay, thank you very much. I have a quick question, if you don't mind.
Sure.
It's about the respite. Is the Saturday respite program the type of program where you sign up for the Saturdays and you enroll in all the Saturdays and it's done continuously? Yes. Okay, so it's not like, they're not individual Saturday programs. They're all part of an inclusive program on Saturdays.
Yeah, so it would be funded through OPWDD, and you would sign up for every Saturday. You don't have to come every Saturday. It's up to you, but you would be approved for every Saturday, yes.
Thank you. So we're now coming to a little bit of a pivot point in the presentations. A lot of the services we've been hearing about so far, again, are part of the New York State Office for People with Developmental Disabilities, or OPWDD. Again, in order to qualify for those programs, a person has to be eligible for OPWDD and have a care manager. At this point, we're going to be hearing from the 3 care coordination organizations, or CCOs, working with the New York City region. Those are Advanced Care Alliance, Care Design New York, and Tri-County Care. These agencies are there to assist families with establishing OPWDD eligibility and then with getting a care manager. And so connecting with one of these agencies can be a good first step toward getting the other types of services that we're talking about. Without further ado, we have Advanced Care Alliance up next.
Yes, good morning, everybody. How are you? My name is Zachariah Latif. I'm from Advanced Care Alliance. Just really quick, I didn't have a slideshow due to the timing, but just wanted to highlight ACA is a parent-led CCO. So Nick Capoletti, who was our CEO, he knows what parents and families experience in caring for a child with special needs. For more than 30 years, Nick has been his son Mark's chief advocate and caregiver. So he's been helping him navigate many obstacles, due to developmental disabilities. Nick's vision for ACA, is guided by his firsthand knowledge, of raising his son Mark. So I just wanted to kind of highlight that. With that being said, what we do, thank you, Andrew, for that. What we do basically assist families with OPWDD eligibility. And of course, if they're moving, trying to move over to Medicaid waiver, we assist with the Medicaid and, of course, Medicaid waiver and the ultimate goal, care management. We do start at the age of 3, but they must not be in early intervention. So as long as they're not in early intervention, we can, start the eligibility process. I would say some major important things is, evaluations. Evaluations. If you don't have evaluations for your, your child, we partner with agencies that can assist with providing those evaluations. I do stress that if anything that you have would be good to submit to us. Anything from early intervention, if the psychologicals or any evaluations you have, IEPs are outdated, I would say that those are still good because we do need something to provide to the agencies who's going to assist. It's something that they can work with. They're not kind of necessarily starting from the beginning. So that's a good thing as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I put my contact information in the chat because I feel like it's more personal. So if families are interested in applying for OPWD eligibility, or if you already have OPWD eligibility and you're looking for Medicaid and waiver, please call me, contact me, email me. I will gladly walk you through this process. We pretty much kind of hold your hand through this process because it's really tough. Each process is very it's eligibility, that it's, Medicaid, and that it's, waiver. So, it can be challenging. It could be, it could be stressful, but, we here to hold your hand throughout this entire process. So I want you to keep that in mind. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I did put my information in the chat, and please, if you're looking for any, help with this, with the services, eligibility, anything like that, please give us a call. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have Care Design New York.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Andrew. Good to see everybody. My name is Peter Coleman. I do outreach and engagement at Care Design New York. First, I'll talk to you a little bit about what we provide, which is care management. And as I say here, care management, first and foremost, is a great idea. I speak not only as a professional in the field, but also as the proud parent of a 17-year-old boy who receives care management. My wife and I haven't always made the right decisions for my son. No parent can make all right decisions, but this was one of the spot-on decisions we made. You're hearing, as you know, from 3 CCOs today. Zach before me at ACA. You're going to hear from Tri-County after me. I can assure you that no matter which CCO you choose to work with, you're going to be in good hands. I applaud any parent who goes for this wonderful service, okay? No matter who you choose. Basically, it's as Andrew said, and thanks for that lead in, Andrew. In order to get a lot of these wonderful services that you're hearing about in the room, and I've heard people talk about ComHab and respite and Dayhab and residential placement, vocational services. You need to have a care manager first for a lot of those services, if not all of them. So that's why, when folks go to the OPWDD front door meeting, one of the first things they say is you need to start working with a CCO, because the care manager is the driver of those services. You and the care manager are the driver of those services, and your loved one, ideally. So I always like to say, if you consider the services you want for your loved one to be your cart, the care manager is needed in order to check those items out, okay? We wish, from the bottom of my heart, folks, I wish everybody who called us could have a care manager the next day. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. We do have an extensive enrollment process. Baked into our enrollment process, we're prepared to assist you. As Zach said, we also assist from start to finish with OPWDD eligibility. And for those folks who come to us without Medicaid, we have a benefits and entitlements team who assist with the Medicaid process as well. If you take nothing else away from this presentation, folks, you're not expected to do this on your own, okay? You're gonna have help. You're gonna have our help, you're gonna have our support, and you're gonna have a lot of opportunities to ask questions and hopefully get them answered, okay? I won't go into the OPWDD criteria with you folks. We can talk about that later. But basically, in assisting folks with OPWDD eligibility, we are prepared to assist you with getting the appropriate evaluations, a current psychological evaluation, a current psychosocial evaluation. It's like Zach said, and I'll piggyback off of what Zach said, we're also affiliated with a great many of what are known as Article 16 clinics. So again, the evaluations piece is not something you need to worry about. You do not need to do this on your own. You're going to have our help and you're going to have our support in scheduling evaluations. Okay, once the evaluations are obtained and once we have a complete OPWDD packet, we submit it for eligibility and we continue to bug the crap out of OPWDD until we have a determination of eligibility. For those of you, again, only for those of you who do not have Medicaid, that would be the next piece to the process is we have a benefits and entitlements coordinator who will work with you hand in hand to help your loved one obtain Medicaid. And once Medicaid is obtained, basically, once OPWDD eligibility and Medicaid have been obtained, we'll be able to provide you with a care manager the following month. So if everything that's needed in enrollment is, let's say, obtained in October, I'm just throwing this out as an example, you would have an assigned care manager in November, okay? For those of you, again, who have not moved on obtaining care management for your loved one or for yourselves, as the case may be, I highly recommend this process. For a lot of folks, it's the boogeyman. Folks, you've done harder things than this. Take it from me. This process took 1.5 years for my son, and it was still worth it. And I don't tell families that to scare them. I tell families that to encourage them. It did take 1.5 years. My son was initially denied by OPWDD. They met him and they allowed us to get an autism evaluation, and they ultimately overturned the determination. So again, ask me if I'm happy about that. The answer is yes. I trust that Andrew is going to put my information in the chat. Thanks, Andrew. I made a paltry attempt earlier. My keyboard has a very quick trigger finger, sorry. But anyhow, that's all I've got. Thanks, Andrew, for the opportunity, and great seeing you all.
The last but not the least of our CCO presenters now is Tri-County Care.
Hi, good morning. So as Andrew mentioned, we are also a care coordination organization. Our mission statement is committed to provide quality-driven, culturally sensitive, conflict-free care management for individuals with a developmental disability in a timely and responsive manner. So what is Tri-County Care and what can Tri-County Care do for me? As I mentioned, we are a care coordination organization that provides care management services to individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. We also assist individuals with navigating the Office of People with Developmental Disabilities system and services. We do referrals to services under the home and community-based waiver, home care services and benefits and entitlements. Our team of care management becomes your guidance and constant as you exit school and transition to an adult services. How do I get started? It is simple as calling the following number, the 844-504-8400. 9866 is the extension for intake department. We will assist you with whatever you need, OPWDD eligibility, Medicaid, or CCO enrollment. We will put you in touch with one of our amazing intake specialists. Our intake team will ask you some basic contact information and send you an application to complete. And the intake specialist will need some documentation from you to begin the process. So the intake department will help you with the evaluations. We do work with agencies and we refer to agencies for the evaluations. For the benefits, if you need Medicaid, we will also assist you with that. And once everything is approved, our care managers will be assigned and begin the waiver package for authorized services. This is the services, the OBGYN services, day habilitation, community habilitation, employment services, self-direction and residential services. So the care manager will be able to help you getting all the services needed. What do I need? A care management and care coordination organization. CCOs work with individuals with IDD and their families to bring together healthcare and developmental disabilities, service providers to develop an integrated comprehensive care plan, known as a life plan that includes health and behavioral health services, community and social supports, and other services. CCO will assist individuals and families with accessing services that support well-rounded and fulfilling lives. The role of Tri-County Care as a health home care coordination organization and your care management team. We strive for comprehensive whole person health and wellness support by using the person-centered approach, promoting community integration, and engaging a multidisciplinary team that is tailored to the individual's wants. The person-centered approach is designed to assist individuals in managing their long-term care needs, long-term health and wellness, as well as managing and caring for any acute or chronic health conditions. We also are responsible of coordinating and arranging for the provision of current and additional needed services and ensure treatment adherence, provide comprehensive transitional care, work with local practitioners, health facilities, and residential rehabilitation settings, provide individual and family support, provide referrals to community supports, and use of health information technology to link to services.
Next up, we have LifeSpire. LifeSpire, I'll have your slides up in a moment, and just say next when you need the next one.
All right, thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Great, thank you. Happy Valentine's Day, and thank you so much for having us. We are LifeSpire. My name is Iris. I am one of the assistant directors of day services. And during this presentation, we are mainly going to speak about our two programs in Manhattan, Manhattan North and Manhattan South. So even though, as I mentioned before, we're mainly going to speak about our day hab programs in Manhattan, I briefly want to mention that besides day habilitation, which we offer, we have 11 programs. So we offer day hab throughout the 5 boroughs. We also offer cone hab, which is a service for those who still live at home. Residential, I know some parents is like, no, I'm not ready for residential. But it's just good to know that LifeSpire, when you are ready for it later on, does offer residential services. And we do have beds available. We also offer respite services. Right now, that is only for Manhattan and the Bronx. We offer Article 16 services for evaluations, as some of the providers mentioned before. You do need those evaluations in order to request services. But we also have Article 16 clinics in our programs. So your child is able to receive a speech and psychotherapy as part of the day hab program. And we also offer family support in Queens and Manhattan. If you have any questions or are interested in any of these services, this is the best way to contact us. This is our main office, 212-741-0100. Or you can visit our website. So I know that making this decision can be very stressful and overwhelming. So my experience in helping parents and me being about myself, these are just things that I want you to keep in mind as you make this decision. It's really important for you to focus on what is it that your child likes to do. For example, if your child likes sports, culinary arts, music, does the day program offer those activities? Is the day program going to support my child to continue to work on those areas? As important as your child needs, because maybe it is a perfect program, but if it doesn't have what your child needs, for instance, it does not support my child with behaviors, it does not is not wheelchair accessible, does not have a changing table, then maybe it's not the right program for my child. So if your child needs this support, look for a program that offers those supports. and your child and your location, because we do offer transportation, but your child is going to be on the bus with other guys. So something that we do to, again, help parents make this decision, if you share your address with us, we can share that information with the bus company, and they can look at current routes that will go by your house and approximately how long will that take. So in summary, look at what is it that your child loves to do. Does the program offer the support that my child needs? And how far is it from my house? With this presentation, Ralph, the director of Manhattan North, is going to give you guys more details and specifically about what his program has to offer. Ralph?
Hi, folks. My name is Ralph Sporandio. I'm the facility director for LifeSpire's Manhattan North CSC, which provides site-based rehabilitation services for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Our program focuses on enhancing independence and community integration. Manhattan North CSC provides additional supports for individuals experiencing challenging behaviors. Through our Fresh Start program. The facility is also supported by a behavior intervention specialist to assist with challenging behaviors. Manhattan North is a comprehensive service center which provides additional support in the form of Article 16 services such as speech and psychotherapy. Additionally, we have an LPN on site to assist with medical needs of our participants. Next slide, please. Our DayHab program is person-centered, which provides individualized, goal-oriented experiences. Participants engage in a variety of activities focused on socialization skills, communication skills, volunteering, self-advocacy, and community inclusion. Our DayHab team works closely with our care management agencies to ensure the needs of people we support are relevant and in line with offering a variety of choices that enhance individual experiences. Just so that you're aware, Manhattan North CSC also is the location of our adult respite service, which is on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 6 p.m. We're centered on recreational experiences that enhance socialization and inclusion into the community. From here, I'm going to move along to give it over to Jillian, who is the director of our Manhattan South program, which is co-located with the Manhattan North program.
Hi, good morning. My name is Jillian. I'm the facility director from Manhattan South. We're also located in the same building as Manhattan North. This is our day rehabilitation services. We offer services for adults with intellectual disabilities, and we also encourage each person to enhance independence and integration in the community. We assist people with their daily activities and also with different skills such as life skill, communication skills, socialization skills, and self-advocacy, depending on the person's needs. We also work closely with the care manager, transitioning the individual into the day program services. We're only site-based. These are the different pictures of activities we do. We have volunteer sites. We also show the individual independence, making their own purchases. We do special trips in the community. We visit museums, exhibitions, and different things out in the community. So communication is the key. So we work closely with care management. Feel free to reach out to me, to my email, send the person's evals, life plan, and we move forward with tours.
So the last thing that we want to share, as Jillian was saying, is communication is key. Sometimes it's never too early to start, and I have parents that do come to us early on, but if the care manager is not involved in the process, then it delays everything, because we need a care manager in order to move along with the process. So it is essential to work as a team, to involve every member, but the most important person is the person that needs the service. So lastly, again, we want to give you our contact information. Reach out to us. Visit as many programs as possible so you can really get an idea of what is going on at this program, and that way you will be able to make the best decision for your child. Bring your child with you, ask a lot of questions, and that way your child can come and see a lot of the activities that we do. Thank you so much for having us, and happy Valentine's Day again.
Thank you.
Next up, we have New York Foundling.
How are you? My name is Jaleesa Wise. I'm the Director of Marketing and Outreach at the Foundling. I'm going to share screen. So similarly to other agencies, we do provide residential services, rehabilitation, ComHab, as well as our employment services. We are located in all 5 boroughs of Rockland, Westchester, Orange County, beginning with our residential services. Similarly, again, we do provide our supervised, supportive, and independent living opportunities for people who wish to either live on their own or live in a group setting. As mentioned, we do have opportunities available at our sites, but you must go through your care management through CCOs, who then work with OPWDD to get you on a list to be screened for any of our opportunities. A highlight of our residential supports is that you have a care team. So you have a behavioral intervention specialist that works with you and works with your loved one inside the home, as well as registered dietitians. Oftentimes, especially at their med appointments, they are recommended to see a dietitian to work on their health. And so we do have a team of dietitians that work with our direct support professionals inside the home and work with the people that reside there on menu planning, areas in which they can improve their weight, or in combination with their meds, and to help improve their overall health. And we also have a team of registered nurses who work on site at any of our ICFs or our homes who require more care. We have our independent living opportunities. We were fortunate enough to provide 26 people their own one-bedroom apartments located in Brooklyn, across from Brookdale Hospital. It was part of the city's initiative to help rebuild the neighborhood of Brookdale, in addition to providing folks with their own homes while providing resources in the community, particularly their health resources, with the hospital being across the street. Our goal is to be able to continue to partner with the city, as well as elected officials, to help gain more funding, because we do see that trend that folks wish to live on their own, as many of us do as well. So the more opportunity available, we wish to partner with anyone who has that. In addition to working with parents on finding their own private landlords and seeing if those landlords are willing to accept housing subsidies to help find them their own apartments. We offer rehabilitation both with and without walls. Our with walls are on the screen. Our without walls are also located in all 5 boroughs, and we are excited to announce that we are expanding our services in Manhattan. We did not offer our day program in Manhattan up until this month, and I did share with Andrew some opportunities that you all can attend an open house that's coming up next week, in addition to our ribbon cutting, and I'll share that in the chat. So again, we have day hab opportunities both with and without walls. We are wheelchair accessible, and I did see highlighted in the chat if we are able to use communication devices, and we are, and we actually encourage that, because it also offers some training for our staff to adapt to the times and to learn how to use communication devices, because it also sign language as well. It's important that we are able to communicate on their terms. So again, our day hab without walls is located in Chelsea. Now is going to be expanded into Manhattan, located at our headquarters. So we're right here at 590 6th Avenue, which is 16th Street and 6th, close to Union Square. So if you're interested in coming to tour our site, this is our hub, because it's not site-based, but they come here for lunch. They come here on a rainy day. They come here to attend any workshops that we may have planned for them. In addition to our without walls here in Manhattan, we also have our Prevoke and supportive employment hub housed in the same building as well. So we do offer Prevoke and supportive employment opportunities, as well as Access VR and Pathways. So if your loved one is transitioning out of high school and wishes to work or not, and they can attend our day program, or they can do both. We do have folks who are approved by OPWDD to receive both services at the same time. So they can do a 2-day here or 3-day here. So if they do, are expressing that they wish to work, they wish to find employment, or they wish to develop those skills, we have those opportunities available. We also offer ComHab, so 3.5 if receive early intervention, or 5 years old. We do offer ComHab, and that is our only children's support at this time. And I did have some other slides. So a success story that one of the people that we support, he got his license. So we're excited that he has his own car and he's ready to go and be independent. And we also have a lot of opportunities for them. We do have day camps. We do go-aways during the summertime. We host a large 1,000-person barbecue celebrating our programs. We host a gala for the people that we support as well. We have an art show, which is our donor event. So they create beautiful artwork in our day programs, and they have an opportunity to partner with a museum or a space to help showcase that artwork, and folks can purchase that artwork, and half of those goes back to the artist and half of those goes back to funding our programs. So I'll share both opportunities for you all to attend our open house. And even if it's you're not looking at a Manhattan-based program, we want you to come out and get to talk to us about OPWDD eligibility, talk to us about our programs, and to basically see what a hub looks like, or what a day hub support looks like. So put those in the chat, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact me, and I'll put that information in the chat as well.
And next we have Open the Lid.
Hello, beloved community. It is so good to be together and share what Open the Lid is all about. We are a web-based empowerment community, and we offer group classes, technology classes, empowerment classes, movement classes, as well as caregiver classes. We also do workshops for organizations, for care coordination agencies, for schools, for all different kinds of populations. So if you're looking for professional development or community outreach, or change it up with a new face, we'd love to offer some workshops. So our group classes meet 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. This is often after folks would be at day hab or some kind of employment opportunity at 4 or 7:30 p.m. And it's folks from all over the United States. We're sharing lots of different perspectives and experiences with other people. It's a really meaningful way to really address the intersection of disability and other identities, right? So regardless of your gender identity or sexuality or interests or challenges or communication needs, we meet you where you're at and we move forward together. So we have a weekly schedule. Every day of the week is a different theme for these group classes, from self-regulation to checking in, making goals, and then practicing conversation strategies, group games, etc. Our technology classes are one-to-one, and we help folks learn how to more effectively interact with augmentative communication technology, AAC. We help folks with organizational and time management apps and resources, and also just help people access Google Drive, Zoom, social media in safe ways. We also help folks build a website or an online presence on Instagram, figure out what are the safe ways of doing that. We can also help people set up their online dating profiles using platforms for people with disabilities and helping navigate what that looks like and how to avoid phishing situations. We have movement classes. Again, these are all online. We talk about mind, body awareness through movement, strengthening your balance for stability. We talk about integration of emotional and physical well-being, and even help people organize spaces and be able to move more successfully in their spaces. We also have general empowerment classes where we're just meeting people where they're at and helping them move forward. And some folks in this time of transition are really, really daunted. Services drop off, and we're there to meet them and help them move forward. So here is a free week trial. I realized I was so excited I never hit the actual present button. I'm that, that pumped about what we do. So our free week trial is an opportunity for folks to try out our individual class, as well as try any group classes that they would like. And we work directly with a lot of financial intermediaries if you have self-directed services, and these are considered community classes. So they can be paid for through the self-directed budgets oftentimes. And if it takes a while and they are psyched about groups, they can keep coming to group until we get all of the hoops jumped through. Our group classes And our individual classes are here. Our group classes are less than $14 a day. It's like cheaper than yoga, man. Cheaper than going to, the movies with some popcorn. And then we also have our individual classes 4 times a month. Our teachers are all special education teachers or occupational therapists, speech therapists, recreational therapists. So it's folks that have advanced degrees in supporting this population of beautiful people. Okay, so we're talking about results, and I forgot to, Andrew, give me a wave when I'm done. We have really powerful feedback. We're a life-changing community, web-based community. And this one individual talked about how his anger went down by 50% for the first time in his life, made new connections, strategies, extended friendships out of the group, and even found a really fabulous girlfriend. So again, we have neurodivergent as well as neurotypical folks as part of our community. And Grace says, I always look forward to this group. It's where I have the most meaningful and supportive conversations and connections. And she's been with us starting mid-high school, and she's now in college, and she still comes to open the lid and finds community. This one parent talks about how they can't recommend these classes and groups enough, saved Madison from social regression, allowed him opportunities to make some real friends. So here we go. You can follow us on social media. You can email us, call or text us, check out our website. We would love to support you, again, where you're at as an organization or as families navigating this major transition. And here, now, or in the future, we're here for you.
Thank you. And next we have the Shield.
Hi. My name's Sonia Medici. I'm the program coordinator for a program that's part of the Shield Institute. It's called Pure Vision Arts. So we're called Pure Vision Arts, but we are part of the Shield Institute. We're a site-based adult rehabilitation program. We function as an art studio and also an exhibition space. We're located in Chelsea and Manhattan. We are actually the first program of its kind serving adults with developmental disabilities, autism, and the program was started in 2002, and we've been going strong ever since. So what we provide is a supportive environment where the artists can express their creativity, showcase their work. So what we do, as I said, we empower the artists who have all different abilities by offering them the studio space here, materials, opportunities to exhibit their work here and with other entities, other organizations. For example, tomorrow we have our opening at the Transit Museum, which we're really excited about. We also do Outsider Art Fair. So different opportunities like that. We partner with different organizations, art galleries, stuff like that. The studio is beautiful. We're here in Chelsea, which is a very, has a lot of art offerings, but also cultural offerings. It's a really great neighborhood. We also, it's a very person-centered program. So we do work with the artists on, on their goals. And then also, in terms of their art, what are they looking to do? We do sell artists' work if that's what they want. And we have artists here that actually developed quite a following. And so it's a really great opportunity for individuals to, be part of the art world and get the kind of support that you would find in an adult rehabilitation program. And we have the studio here, great materials. The staff is very knowledgeable. But then we also do, fun stuff in the neighborhood, and even things that aren't necessarily art related. So while it is a very focused program on art, we definitely pursue whatever other interests people have. We try to support that and really get involved in the community. In a nutshell, I guess the first step to apply would be to send me an email. This is my email address here, and I'll also add it to the chat. And you can also feel free to give me a call. I'll put that information in there. We do have an Instagram account at Pure Vision Arts where we keep, you can keep up with what the artists are doing and, see some of the great art that we have. Also, I just want to highlight that the Shield Institute is a bigger agency, and while we're a very unique program and we're very focused on art, the Shield does offer other services. So we have a full-time and supplemental day hab services. Those are located in Queens, in Bayside, Queens, and then also Flushing, Queens. We have a supplemental. We also have Article 16 clinic services. We have community habilitation, vocational services, and the person that you would contact for that at the Shield would be someone named Cheryl Henderson. She's the intake coordinator, and I have her email and her phone number, and I can put that in the chat as well. And then this is just some of the, just to give you guys an idea, artists here work on all different kinds of things. I mean, the one thing that everyone really has in common is that they're passionate about making art, and, we support whatever type of art people are trying to do. So we have, people doing three-dimensional work, sculpture, pencil, paint, anything really. So it's pretty amazing. And that is us in a nutshell, basically.
Next up, we have Synergia. I know we're starting a little bit later. Please feel free to stretch your time and cover everything you have.
Thank you very much, Andrew. My name is Joanna Santana. I am the Director of Family Support Services, and I'm going to be presenting you in a nutshell what Synergia offers you, along with my coworker, Keishi Takata, who is the Director of Day Hub. So very fast, Synergia is a non-for-profit organization since 1977, looking to enhance the well-being of the individuals diagnosed with developmental disabilities and intellectual disabilities. And we serve the 5 boroughs, depending on the program that you're looking for. We can offer you family support services, educational advocacy, care management, no case management, or service direction, free evaluation, family reimbursement, housing advocacy. We also have other programs related to housing, as well as Metropolitan Parent Center and Autism Initiative. Regarding to respite, we have overnight respite, community habilitation, in-home respite, family care, pre-vocational services, Caminos, who is a pathway to employment, supported employment, residential, and access VR. So we're going to give you a couple of information that are useful for these programs, or not all of them, but a couple of them. Starting with family support services, which is the door to this service. And maybe some of you are already enrolled in OPWDD, people that is already enrolled in OPWDD, or some people that is still starting that. Sometimes talking to another mother, I was very happy to hear Peter, that is also a father. When you have a son or a daughter in this field, there's a special connection when you talk to families and explain them how the process goes by. So I'm always happy to talk to people that have questions, that have concerns. You can feel free to reach out. And we help with all that process before the services, which can be overwhelming. We also have evaluations for Manhattan, no Medicaid, and that has already a diagnosis established, as well as family reimbursement. We have a lot of funds, so please feel free to reach out to me and get well informed about the changes that have come with the ADM, as well as what things are allowed and what things are not allowed for reimbursement. We also have educational advocacy, providing bilingual Spanish and English educational services through our educational specialists. Not just IEP meetings, but also transitioning, supporting services, and any other educational issue, as well as housing advocacy. And all these are just part of family support, right? We have 5 programs under family support for Manhattan, and it will be our pleasure to provide you with that support, especially now that there are changes in the way that we receive waivers and some of those services. We also have an integrated transition program throughout the STEM initiative, which is directed to individuals from 14 to 21-year-old and needs to be able to communicate in English and attend the group sessions. And this program will help them with self-advocacy, independent living, and some of those independent life skills that they will need during this transition. Right? And now I will leave you with my coworker, Keishi. Take it away.
Hi, my name is Casey Takata. I'm the director of the Day and Employment Services here at Synergia. I'm going to focus a little bit more on employment services because we do have Day Hab here, but it's basically like other people said, our site is located here in East Harlem, 125th and Lexington. We have the Day Hab with our walls and Day Hab on site. Day Hab on site means they come here, they do activities here. They do go on trips once in a while during the month, but most of the activities and goals are here in the on site. They have with our walls is just they go out in the community, they come here, they get transportation, and then from here they go out. For instance, a group came today, they got their transportation for the week, plus they got some funds and they went bowling for today. While our day program is we're gonna have a Valentine's celebration like around 1. So that's like our main differences between the two programs. Like many other people said, we provide transportation in Manhattan and Bronx regarding where that is located. But basically, it's like the other people said. We work on different activities, recreation, um, life skills, ADL skills, hygiene. All of that's incorporated with our day program. Our supported employment is a little different. So we have 3 different programs. We have the pre-voc program. Pre-voc is where they go out and do volunteering. So the main focus of that program is to see what the interest is of the individual. If they don't know what they want to do, we try to see what they like, what they don't like. We expose them to different types of volunteering activities. That way they could see what their soft skills are, hard skills, like are they sociable? Are they know how to type, they know how to read, they know how to take the subway. So all of that is determined within pre-voc. But it's like about it it's an ongoing program. Right, like right now we have a group that goes to CBS in Chelsea. It's a mock store that we have a partnership with them. So they go to a fake store upstairs and they practice how to deal with like different things in the store, from stocking, working with the register, putting away the medicine, all that kind of stuff is through that program. We also have another one through Walgreens, which is more integrated, and people already know what they're kind of doing, and that's actually in a live store in 70th and York. And they go in there and they actually work with real customers, real store. They stock. We have a job coach on site with them the whole time, making sure they're doing their job. And from them, if they complete the program successfully, it's a 6 to 10 week program. Then Walgreens gives them a certification saying that they complete the program. It could lead to employment, but also the certificate they don't have to take that whole assessment that you do when you apply for a job, where it's like a 90-minute assessment asking you all these questions. They skip all of that because they already know that this person is ready to work and they completed that program through Walgreens. The next program that we have is Pathways to Employment. We name here Caminos. Pathways to Employment is mostly so someone who already knows what they're doing, and we try to guide them to that direction. So that program is a 2-year program, and it's most focused on building up their resume, learning about their likes, their dislikes, working on the interviewing skills, actually applying for jobs, going to job fairs. All that kind of process is the process to Pathways to Employment. If everything is successful, then we move on to supportive employment. Supportive employment is there's 2 types. There's intensive and extended. Intensive is they're doing the ETP program. It's employment training program where OPWD, if we find an internship where they could work at, OPWD pays them a stipend to work at a site, as long as there's a partnership between the store and OPWD, where the store says, after this many weeks of them training, we'll hire them. But OPWD is willing to pay for them while they're doing that training. At the same time, the store is getting a well-trained staff who's been training for 6 weeks, and without them having to give any money out of their pocket, and they're getting a well-trained staff with a job coach the whole time. If that leads to employment, then they move on to SEP Extended. SEP Extended is we just provide support to people who are already working out in the community. So, for instance, we have one individual. He works in the community in Dollar Tree. So my job coach serves as a liaison in between the supervisor and the family. So if there's any issues or anything going on, they go through my job coach first, and then we work with the individual to try to help him out wherever he needs help with. At the same time, is also we work off site with him. So for instance, that particular individual, he was getting a little confused. He does stocking. So my staff went with him around the store, and they mapped out the store and see which item went. So on his free time, she worked with him in order for him to get more familiar with the store. We also have one individual who actually works here as a receptionist 4 times a week. So we're helping her right now to get used to the phones, and we just step in case she gets confused, but we're like slowly transitioning off as she's getting more and more comfortable using the phones here at Synergia. And lastly, we have one individual who's hopefully going to return back to work. He was working in City Field as working in maintenance during the baseball season. So he worked the whole baseball season. He did great. He loved it. And they're just off right now because of the season. But they already called him back, and he has to go through the process again. Hopefully he'll get hired again for this upcoming season. But that's like our main programs with employment. And that's as Joanna said, we do have family support. We have day services, the employment services. We also have residential, like the other programs. One program that I think is unique to Synergia is we have family care. Family care, we service the Bronx and Manhattan. That's for individuals that live. It's another type of residential. They live out with a family in the community, a foster family in the community, instead of living like with rotating staff. They actually live with a family in the community, again supervised by a coordinator and a liaison that goes and does monthly visits with them and checks on them. Also, we have a nurse that checks on their individuals and their appointments and that kind of help that they need. And I think that's thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. And any question, please reach out to us.
Thank you. Next up, we have Unique Care Community Services.
Good morning. Hi, I'm Angelica James. How are you guys? So here at Unique, we have different programs. We have our Day Hab program in Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx, and Manhattan. In Bronx, Brooklyn, and Queens, we have a hub where the individual can come tour and do a three to 4 day trial to see if they like it, see if they're a good fit, and then we start the process. In the Manhattan, we do not currently have a hub right now, but our Day Hab is without walls. We do provide overnight respite that runs Friday, Saturday, and we drop them off Sunday morning. Our Day Hab do provide door-to-door transportation, pickup and drop off. We do in-home respite as well as community habilitation, Saturday recreation, after school, summer camp. We do all of that in all 4 boroughs, Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx, and Manhattan. I'm the intake coordinator / director of development. So we work with the family. They do I'm sorry, a little tired. We do the intake, we do the outreach, we meet with the family, we take them to the program, they visit it. If the individual want to do a tour, they do the tour, they do the trial, and we do group as well as individual. All the family has to do is reach out and say, I would like to tour the program on this date, and then we schedule them with the supervisors and everyone to make sure. We do not provide breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They can bring their own lunch, or they can bring money to buy lunch and breakfast. But if they don't have any, we'll supply them with something to eat during the day that they're in the program. Our pickup starts about 8:30, and then our drop-off starts about 2:30. We start getting the individual ready to go to the program to go home. And like I said, we're all in the 4 boroughs right now, Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx, and Manhattan, for all our services. And we currently do have openings. I will add my information in the chat. If you want, you can always reach out to me for any questions or concerns.
Next up and last but by no means least, we have YAI.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Yeah, so good morning, everyone. My name is Rohan. I'm from YAI's Link Department. I'm going to go over our transitional and related services that we offer at YAI Manhattan. Please note, some of these services that I mentioned will be offered in other boroughs. A copy of this document containing the slides to the programs, I will leave available in the chat. Essentially, we're going to start off with Link, the YAI's information referral department. This is like the front door to YAI. You can contact us in regards to anything YAI related, and we can help you in regards to recreational programs. They have training professionals, caregivers, healthcare, and diagnostic evaluation. Our contact information is at the bottom of this slide. So yeah, we'll move along to our rehabilitation services. So through OPWDD, we offer rehabilitation programs in Manhattan. However, at this current time, we do have an extended wait list. We also offer employment training programs and supported employment services in Manhattan for those who are pursuing supports and obtaining employment in the community. Once again, any questions about the day services or employment services, you can give us a call at Link 212-273-6182. Moving along, just more information on our day services, where they are, and our employment services as well. Once again, I'm going to share this in the chat for everyone that wants to see. So just going over again, our different types of employment programs and our community-based pre-vote day hab programs. We do have a day hab in on-site and a Without Walls day hab program. The Without Walls is more focused on arts. So if you're interested in that or have individuals or loved ones interested in that, once again, contact us at Link. Here are some success stories about our employment programs and things like that. Once again, Medicaid is required and OPWDD eligibility. All right, moving along, our transition to independence program. So for those who are not have OPWDD eligibility yet or are not receiving waiver services at this time, this program is for individuals ages 17 to 21. It's 3 components: our yoga mindfulness class, our life skills class, and then also our kitchen skills. Once again, this flyer will be shared. This group is going to restart soon. So if anyone's interested, please give us a call at Link and or at our email address. This program is actually run by our department. So we're in charge. So you'll definitely be speaking to me or one of my colleagues in regards to enrollment, okay? This is we have a few family support skills for OPWDD, such as our Manhattan Social Skills Program, which is currently on screen. And then we also have our UNI Networking Opportunity Program. They're a little bit different. Any questions? I'm going to go over this. If you have any questions about each program, you can ask me. Leave them in the chat. We also offer our Parents with Special Needs program. It supports parents that have special special needs with IDD residing in Manhattan, Queens, or Brooklyn. We also have family reimbursement, which Manhattan, Brooklyn, and Queens residents. This is in Spanish if anyone needs it in Spanish. Oh, our in-home behavior management and crisis intervention program for families who need additional support with their loved ones at home. For this one, you can call us here at Link, or you can contact the people at in-home behavior management directly or give them a call. It depends on how you want to go about it. If you have questions about the program, maybe just general ones, call us. If we're more specific, you have their contact information there. More information on our crisis. So taking care of family members with IDD during our stressful times, when people are feeling overwhelmed with the support, essentially crisis intervention Manhattan and Queens will come in during that crisis moment, you know, when things are getting maybe to the top, and kind of de-escalate the situation between the family member and the individual. And then they'll also work with the family member to then help them get better suited to support their loved one during these challenging times. And then moving on to our general clinical services. So lastly but not least, we have our affiliate agency, Premier Healthcare, offers dental and medical services throughout New York City and Manhattan at our Midtown location. We have our Article 16 clinic in Queens, Brooklyn, Manhattan, and the Bronx. We also have Article 28 clinic as well. For information about appointments, the number is there, or you could give us a call at Link. We'll give you more information about these are some of the locations in each borough. Once again, our clinics don't take walk-ins, so it'd be best to contact us through Link. If you're a professional, we'll be able to advise you, give you the forms and the things you need to send a referral. If you're a family member, loved one, or a with intellectual disability, give us a call and we'll kind of walk you through the referral process and how to get in touch with the scheduling department. All right. Just once again, they don't accept walk-ins or anything like that. So You won't be able to just walk in and say, hey, I need services. More information on our dental care. So once again, everyone at our clinic specializes in treating and supporting individuals that have intellectual developmental disabilities, such as autism, Down syndrome, Prader-Willi. As I said, we focus on giving care to people we support. More information about our dental clinics. And yeah, that is it. Okay, okie dokie then. So as I said, our contact information at the bottom of this page right here, and I'll be putting that along with each flyer into the chat. Thank you guys for having us. Thank you, Andrew, as well. We look forward to hearing from you guys. Take care.
Awesome. Thank you. I just want to say as we close out, thank you for everyone who made this event possible. To all of our presenters, thank you so much for sharing all this great information. If you're here as a participant to get the information, hope it was really good information. Highlighting a couple quick resources in the chat box. There's a link to our website, manhattanddcouncil.org. We meet regularly on different topics. This meeting is sponsored by the Manhattan Developmental Disability Council Transition Committee. We focus on youth with intellectual developmental disabilities moving from high school into adult programs and services. We meet every 2 months, even numbered months, second Wednesday of the month on Zoom. So check us out. Meetings are all posted there. The recording of this meeting today is going to be posted to the Manhattan DD Council YouTube channel. So look out for that. If you put your email address into the chat box, which you could still do now, we'll add you to our email list. And that is all I have to share for today. Thank you, everyone, for making this a really nice, informative event today. Oh, the thing I forgot. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Right on, man.